This episode of Boss Fight is brought to you by the glory of epic boobage. Yep, someone paid me to say that. Mephisto ascended from the underworld. I am the social justice warrior, and I am here to save the world and all the women in it.
I am Serenity Sunflower.
Your guide to Project MK Ultra.
Dolores? Dolores Faye? Is that you?
Ladies and gentlemen, Anne Reardon!
Everybody sparkle! Oh.
Shut up, Solomon! I didn't give you permission to contact me. Harassment!
Finish her!
Stabbing!
Fatality.
Oh, little old me.
Nanny Netherwax?
Kind of poppet. Surprise! 'Tis I, Beelzebub, literally.
Princess Sparklepony helped.
Stop. Princess Sparklepony hasn't eaten any souls in quite a while.
What?
Scouty, it's time for Mummy to do the show. Can I do that? Okay, thank you.
Welcome to episode 5, the big finale of Boss Fight. I'm Leanna Kersner, and this is the polyhedron that gets their party on, Glowy Box. Boss Fight is a show devoted to busting myths and bringing you the truth about video games and the people who love them. In this finale episode, we're looking at the myth that the Boss Fight community wanted to see busted more than any other. The sexy female characters are bad myth.
Myth false! Let's move on.
As much as I'd like to, Beelzebub, it's not that simple. Despite this myth being completely false, it's also annoyingly persistent.
Oh, fine. Let me know when you're done playing broken records so we can get to the good stuff. In the meantime, I need to borrow Glowy Box.
She just... What? I don't want to know. I'm afraid I'm going to find out eventually. The myth that sexy female characters are bad is tied to two other persistent cultural myths. The idea that women don't like sex, or at least don't like sex nearly as much as men, and the idea that boys will be boys and men can't control themselves when they become sexually aroused. The reasons for these myths are myriad, stupid, and I don't have time to unpack the whole thing. I did 12 shows unpacking this. Go watch Lady Bits if you haven't seen it. In short, critics argue that the sexy female characters who are included in video games are only there for the pleasure of men. So, these female characters are detrimental to women. Now, it's undeniable that video games are primarily made by men. It's also undeniable that the primary demographic for AAA video games is men. But that doesn't mean that the sexy depictions of women created for AAA games are inherently bad. If you've seen my previous series, Lady Bits, you know that I subscribe to a theory called performative gamer gaze. In short, this means that video games, as an interactive medium, present characters designed to be played with, not just looked at, and gamers read visual shorthands in way less experienced players don't. Character designs either immediately let a player know what a given character is capable of, or, in the case of characters like Bob from Tekken, deliberately challenge stereotypes. You can't firmly apply classic gaze theory to characters you're interacting with instead of just looking at. There are definite moments of what some call male gaze in video game cutscenes, but Often these scenes subvert expectations to remind players of the power and independence a female character wields. The player is left with the impression that characters like Bayonetta, Lara Croft, and Ivy Valentine do what they do to please themselves, not men. The takeaway for a lot of players is that these fictional women demand respect, and their outlandish costumes are similar to brightly colored animals in nature, indications that they're dangerous and not to be messed with. That's a message that's positive for women. I mean, are you really gonna mess with a woman who can do this? Fighting games are where male gaze theory most notably falls apart. In fighting games, there are usually as many half-naked men as there are women, and the male characters sometimes even call attention to their own bodies through dialogue.
Long time no see. Your muscles are looking good, comrade.
No serious player mains a fighting game character just because they're sexually appealing. So, if female fighting game characters were primarily eye candy, they wouldn't be so popular in professional tournaments.
Has anyone ever told you that you talk a lot? Show, don't tell, woman!
Speaking of, are you ever gonna tell me why you're my old nursemaid, but very much not my old nursemaid?
Ooh, on topic origin story time. Get comfy, poppets. About 40 years ago, right around the time I got kicked out of hell, this wonderful thing started becoming popular. Video games. Now, these video games were rudimentary, but it wasn't long until games started telling stories. And these stories captured the imaginations of young people. Now, since I am very smart, I saw what was coming. The same thing that happened to rap music, television, rock and roll, jazz, and comic books. Something kids liked would be seen as a great evil sent straight from hell. Now, by the by, video games were not created by hell. When I left down there, they were still plugging away at the Cold War and nuclear proliferation. Hell hates fun, no matter how much anyone tries to tell you otherwise, because fun stimulates the imagination, and imagination encourages free thought. Hell hates free thought. Anywho, those early console games of the 1980s took on a life of their own in people's imaginations. And when enough people believe in something, it becomes real in a way. Those pixels created alternate dimensions.
Can you just skip to the part where you become my nanny?
Not big on world building, are you? Okay then, Poppet. There you were, the pride and joy of King Toasty Bearclaw and Queen Sprinkle Cookie, who were very nice people, but not exactly big risk takers. A kingdom based on baked goods wasn't exactly exciting. There's a reason all your carriages look like minivans.
I thought minivans look like carriages.
I made that list of phobias and allergies. Oh, you have company and did not consent to be interrupted. Checking my privilege.
Hi, Solomon! Nanny, what do you think of his new outfit?
I am submitting myself to the female gaze to be a better ally.
It still has that new armor smell.
That smell might be because I have anxiety and lactose intolerance. It's on the list.
Oh, I see. Where was I? Ah, yes! There you were, cute little thing, destined for a life of very little intellectual stimulation and no unstructured time. And I saw that you could be more. A little chaos is good for a kingdom. Just ask the old Sierra Adventure Games. I also knew there was trouble brewing on the horizon, a wave of anti-fun from another equally boring source. Archangels.
Wait, if hell is against fun, and heaven is against fun, how does moral choice exist?
Well, I didn't say all of heaven is against choice, just the seraphim. No free will, after all. Free will is reserved for humans and other certain fabulous beings who got kicked out of their respective realms.
You mean justice is choice?
Well, the just decision ultimately does result in the maximum number of freedoms for the maximum number of people.
Then why did you stab me repeatedly with your pitchfork while that disembodied voice misgendered me?
I am here to save the world
and all the women in it.
Finish her! Fatality.
Well, I assume that anyone wanting to save all the women in the world wouldn't think that was a man's job. Still, Poppet, I'm sorry I caused you pain.
You apologized. Thank you. I'm not used to that. I guess I was kind of mansplaining back then, but Bird is easy to fight for. How do I fight for the true forces of good?
Well, you're with the right company.
Oh, you mean me?
Yes! Goodness can't be forced upon someone. Goodness is a choice. The most just thing you can do for a person is to give them the freedom and opportunity to figure out who they are and what they want out of life. So I wasn't going to let some bright young thing like you be condemned to a life without character-building challenges. That's why I became your nanny after non-lethally poisoning all the other candidates. You were the perfect heroine in the fight that was coming.
You chose me to be a heroine?
No, Poppet, you chose that for yourself. I just gave you the opportunity to choose that.
How? All I did was get captured and then rescued. Until Solomon got captured, so I could rescue him.
Happy to serve, milady. Nods respectfully.
Exactly! That's why I gave you that ring!
The Sparkle Gem? The Sparkle Gem! That was weird. Sorry, Nanny. Go on.
Yes, the Sparkle Gem, a magical item that protects the wearer from all harm, but also attracts every remotely evil element in 100 miles.
Princess, your human call-out culture.
I don't even know what that is. This didn't teach me to be a heroine. I can't come up with good taunts and snappy one-liners. I just get captured over and over and wait for people to save me.
That's not all you do, Poppet. You showed a lot of very broken people that bitterness wasn't the only way. You didn't stoop to their level. You didn't lash out. No matter how many times people told you that you were a damsel in distress, you didn't change just to suit them. You stayed true to who you were until finally you were ready to start adventuring yourself.
But the evil queen didn't become not evil because of me.
Well, she became less evil. She got a job at BioWare, removing butt shots from remappers. Okay, maybe that wasn't less evil. Either way, look at all the people you've helped. You stopped Serenity Sunflower from becoming a criminal instead of just a twitch thought. You inspired Anne Reardon to finally pursue her passion for musical theatre. Shao Kind finally learned what kindness truly is. And now they volunteer cat rescues. And you helped Dolores Faye start granting wishes again. As well as letting that boy from episode 3 wish himself a PlayStation and a college fund so he doesn't have to work for NICE anymore.
What about Ruckle Henchman?
Oh, you didn't think she was just some old woman, did you? Ruckle is an ancient being so powerful that it's hard for her to give a glittering crap about anything. Though she does really like video games.
Ha! Yes! Suck it, loser! Get good! Ruko win!
Not everyone needs saving, but the people who needed help got help. Thanks to you, Poppet. You did it in your own way, but you did it all the same. All you needed was a little push. And a ring that opened an interdimensional portal to other realms.
I don't know about this. What about Zarkazaan? She's still out there.
Yes, Zarkazaan is the reason that I needed you in the first place. Despite all of her power and influence and ability to turn me into a cat, Zarkazaan is really the worst victim of them all. A victim of her own delusions. She's hurt a lot of people and she's wrecked a lot of things, but at the end of the day, what she really needs is a friend that can help her have some fun for the first time in her life instead of turning everything into a political weapon.
So to win this game, I need to be Zarkazaan's friend?
You must succeed where I failed.
What if I don't want to be your friend?
No one wants to be your friend right now, Poppet. She's annoying and miserable. But if anyone can reach her Princess Sparklemuffin, it's you. Because despite all of the pressure, despite all of the negativity and name-calling and attempts at silencing, you stay true to who you are. And who you are is very floofy
And sparkly!
and sparkly.
So, what you're saying is that I have to share my sparkle with her.
Well, if she'll accept it. If not, we have plan B. Letting Princess Sparkle Pony eat her.
What?
Oops, did I neglect to mention that Princess Sparkle Pony is secretly an eldritch horror I sent to aid you? She got into character really well, I think.
Everything is so confusing. It's like everything I've been taught about right and wrong has been a lie.
Well, you can thank misogyny masquerading as sex-negative feminism for that.
Because the only strength it recognizes is the kind of strength that hurts people, right? And it minimizes feminine presence in media by tightly gatekeeping the ways that are acceptable for women to appear and behave.
For a change, social justice warrior, you are absolutely right. I am empowered!
You mean this whole time, Zarkazaan's form of social justice has actually been not justice at all?
Well, no one is wrong about everything, and I'm sure at one point her heart was in the right place, but these characters that she's been attacking have positives that she can't see. Characters like Princess Peach and Princess Zelda show fathers happily passing on their family legacy to daughters instead of sons, in a Japanese tradition where that's still not normalized. And those daughters surround themselves with good people who do the jobs they can't because no one can do it alone. And Samus Aran is a warrior that doesn't give up her femininity. Bayonetta challenges us to question structures of good and evil that encourage sexual passivity in women.
But what if for women who don't want to be like that?
Well, that's okay. No one says you have to. Games should create lots of different kinds of heroines, not just the ones that beat people up or seduce people. As fun as that is. There are a lot of games that are introducing different kinds of female characters. Some are even mentally ill or have physical disabilities. Others start off as obvious cliches. Then you find out there's a lot more to them. And some playable characters don't have a stated gender at all, so men and women can relate to them any way they want. As well as gender non-conforming types. I didn't forget about you, SJW.
I feel so accepted. Even though you misgendered me at first, and that is still problematic. But I feel like I found a group of people who accept and like me for me, instead of just constantly showing me the ways that I'm wrong or bad.
And while we can all improve, even someone as spectacular as moi, having to work on a few things shouldn't make you feel worthless as a person.
I did feel worthless for a really long time, and realizing that makes me feel outrage! Outrage, 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 outrage.
I guess that's not changing.
It's who he is. As long as that outrage is channeled to people who are actually hurting people, that's okay. You need someone who can handle the stabby bits.
I'm still not sure about this eating people thing.
Well, I suppose we could try Plan C.
What's that?
Multiplayer.
And oh, and rage. And oh, and oh.
I don't get it.
And rage.
Well, I guess all that's left to do is bring some sparkle back to Zarkazaan.
Garbage humans! I knew you were all garbage humans!
Remember, all else fails, Plan C.
Plan C. I see you're very upset, Zarkazaan. What's wrong?
Oh, nothing's wrong. I don't care about video games. They are always just a means to an end. What I care about is that everything in culture is against women.
This is gonna take a while.
Okay, well, Beelzebub said some stuff there better than I was going to, but I want to add one more thing about the relationship between male players and female video game characters. Something the boss fight community really wanted me to address. The misapplication of the idea of objectification to waifus. A waifu is a female character a gamer or anime fan feels an extremely close connection to. Fans with a waifu tend to buy resin statues, stuffies, and even body pillows of their favorite character. While these products do show the character in sexualized ways, a waifu body pillow isn't connected to the same intents as those old school beer company bikini calendars. A person's relationship with a waifu is similar to the obsessive devotion some teenage girls have to boy band members, as opposed to the advertising practice of using sexualized women, often interchangeably, to sell products. Parasocial relationships with fictional characters, who are boy band members, help people figure out what they want from real-life relationships. No one is required to get involved in a real-life relationship, and people should only take that step when they feel ready. Until then, there's nothing wrong with having a waifu. Just keep your panty peek pics in a discreet place, please. Now, I'm almost afraid to check in on Princess Sparklemuffin, but let's do it anyway.
Problematic. This is all highly problematic.
This really isn't working. It's impossible to be her friend.
No one wants to be your friend, you cheap little blonde slut.
What did you call me?
You heard me, or were you just too stupid to understand?
You know, I know all this stuff you say is coming from a place of hurt, but being hurt doesn't give you the right to hurt other people. All this stuff you say about how bad everything is in video games, it really just sounds like what you really hate is yourself. That you're so afraid of being yourself that you have to criticize everyone and everything that makes you personally uncomfortable. It's like you think you have absolutely no value just because you're not being constantly externally validated by the media you consume. You seem afraid that any depiction of women that you feel you're in competition with invalidates you as a person. Like, you constantly need external sources telling you you're valid because you can't validate yourself. And until you truly feel inside that you have value, nothing that comes from the outside will make you feel very good for very long.
Whatever, where's the block button?
Block me all you want, but I'm going to say what I need to say.
The garbage pony hacked me and I can't disconnect. I'm reporting you, you creepy furry.
Just because someone likes something different from you doesn't make them a bad person. And needing help doesn't make someone weak. It's okay to ask for help. It's okay to need help multiple times until you can stand on your own. Because you know what needing help teaches you? That there are kind people in the world who will support you through a bad time instead of just taking advantage of your vulnerability. When someone does that for you, you learn how to do that for other people. You want to help people in the way that you were helped. And I know that I can't bonk people in the head with a sword the way Solomon does, or sass people and savage their bad logic the way Beelzebub does, or slowly digest a person's soul into absolute oblivion the way Princess Sparklepony does. But I don't have to. I have my own skills, and just because I'm not physically strong, fast, or snarky doesn't mean I don't have something to offer. Kindness can be a superpower, and there's not enough kindness in this world. Are you okay, Solomon?
These are tears of catharsis.
Okay. So, yeah. I've been really lucky to have people around me who care enough to protect me, even when that was kind of smothering or retroactively kind of spooky. And yeah, a lot of the time, I've been a damsel in distress. I'm not going to be ashamed that I didn't become mean or that I didn't give up my shiny dresses and high maintenance hair because people like you demanded I become a totally different person. The whole idea of female representation in any media is that there should be lots of different kinds of characters, not just one type of woman who is seen as acceptable at any given time. A lack of imagination among game developers isn't the fault of the popular characters that get copied a lot. And no type of woman should be treated like she's a traitor to her gender. I've been a damsel in distress. It's true. But that's better than being a bully. And that's what you are, Zarkazaan.
Whatever.
When you call people garbage,
Uh-huh.
when you spend most of your time tearing down the hard work of people who just wanted to make fun things, you're not making the world better. You're not lifting up stuff you think is great. You're just temporarily deluding yourself into thinking that any lasting good can come out of being constantly negative. At this point, everybody knows what you're going to say before you say it. So, you're not doing anything productive anymore. You're just making people feel bad in a way that's not constructive.
Princess, preach!
No, Princess Peach, he's my cousin in Revival Land.
Oh, sorry.
Forget this garbage phone. It's misogynist. I have magic.
You're gonna wish you hadn't done that.
Ooh, thanks, Dolores. See, video games aren't a lifeline for people like me who were given lots of praise and kindness growing up. But for people like Solomon, who spent their formative years being punished for not being normal, video games gave them a sense of belonging that they never got before. They get to feel good being a chubby, hairy guy who rescues a pretty blonde princess from a turtle dragon ginger kid. Maybe the message there isn't that pretty blonde princesses are some sort of reward. Maybe the message is that chubby, hairy guys can still have hope that someone will see them and like them for who they are. That's the kind of world I want. I don't want everybody to be blonde or a princess because that would be boring and make the price of tiaras go through the roof. I just want everyone to be the best turtle dragon ginger kid, fun-loving hell-banished demon, soul-eating unicorn pony, or trans warrior with PTSD they can be. There's no one right way to be a hero. And every time we create a new kind of hero, we create a new kind of story. And that's what video games do better than any other medium in the world. Because the act of playing explains the new kind of heroism as you go. There's no more powerful way to show a different point of view than to let somebody literally step into that point of view. So people don't need to be shouted at and forced to accept different kinds of people. They just need to be handed a game controller and invited to play. You can show them, not tell them. Because sometimes telling them involves a lot of big words that they don't understand, and that can be scary sometimes. At least, I don't understand a lot of those big words. So let's just stop fighting and be friends, okay?
Yeah, let's not. I am not buying into your cool chick okay with sexism routine.
Well, I tried my best.
Plan C?
Plan C!
Shao Kahn, it's time. Drone code orange.
Wait, who's flying the drone? Die! What's going on?
Friendship! Video game style.
Oh no! In the Fortress Echo Chamber, her powers are unstoppable!
She's not the only one who can use an echo chamber puppet.
Hi, y'all. Hi. Who are you?
And what are your preferred pronouns?
Serenity, are you on that computer again?
Just doing online college courses, Nana.
Serenity? Sunflower. What happened to you?
Oh, you mean ditching the danger hair? Yeah, Nana bought GameStop. You know, the stock? And she made enough money to send me to college, and I didn't want to look like the internet girl there. Listen, Sparkle, I know this doesn't make up for trying to kill you, but Beelzebub said that I can use my attention-seeking powers for good instead of nice. So we're here to help.
Trust me, this'll be good.
Well, okay.
There is a clear difference between sexist parody and parody of sexism.
And comment moderation off.
Oh,
Sexist parody encourages the player to marry you. No, that's harassment! Your voice hurts my ears. Your ears hurt my voice.
I'm glad that's not me.
Show my ankle, no. No. Shame. You have to have... If you're privileged, you don't have shame. No, shame is not for everyone. Privilege is worse than shame. I did not sell bratwurst at a county fair, okay? It was funnel cakes.
Oh my word.
No. Yeah. This is boring. You're boring.
I'm so glad I don't do this anymore.
Who's Melania? I really don't care. Do you? I basically showed up in a Scottish problematic.
No, her victimization is too strong.
Well, then it's a good thing you two helped a ruthless capitalist find her voice in episode 2.
We have the power of the invisible jazz hands. SJW, if you'll do the honors. What? Oh.
Ladies and gentlemen, Anne Reardon.
Thank you. It's wonderful to be back.
I have a bad feeling about this.
Well, Zarkazaan, we hope that you've learned your lesson well. So take the hint, honey. It's just time to relent, honey. Promise you'll never ruin fun. Oh no, you'll never ruin fun, child.
Is she gone?
Is anyone really gone? Zarkazaan is cancelled.
Well, well, what have we here?
You? Wait, I know you. I turned you into a cat.
Indeed. You and your Seraphim overlords don't really think ahead.
Whatever. This is harassment.
If you think this is harassment, you really won't like the Gru. Wait, the Gru is now a pony. Listen, I believe we can help each other.
Listen and believe. This isn't funny.
I'm devilishly serious, young lady. Hell is short a succubus and a soul eater, and you have a unique talent for torturing people.
It's not torture, it's critical theory.
Yes, you're perfect. I can offer you a safe space. A very safe space. For you, at least.
What's the catch, Kitten Breath?
All the layers in that dress will likely be unpleasant. The weather down there is rather tropical.
Like Florida?
Sure, we'll go with that. Just sign this trust and safety terms of service.
Ew. Florida. Wait, this isn't a trick, is it? I'm not gonna get harassed by that slutty succubus, am I?
Where you're going, she's banned.
It's probably only called hell because of patriarchy. And it's done!
What's done?
Zarkazaan took Princess Sparklepony's place in hell. She's free now!
This is what you had in mind all along, wasn't it?
Yes, Mephisto and I are now square on the thumb errands. And no one got eaten.
Thanks, Nanny. You're the best, literally the devil ever.
Thank you, Puppet. Now, go be a hero.
Okay?
Does this mean I get to be a sidekick?
Okay!
Yes! It's so much less stressful to be a sidekick. I never wanted to be a hero. I just didn't want to get criticized based on gender roles.
Okay, wait. If Princess Sparklepony is free from hell, does she still eat souls?
Cheesecake works in a pinch, Puppet.
I know a place. Girls' night? Gender and species inclusive friends night. And I'm buying the drinks this time.
Well, apparently the road to hell is paved with cat intentions. But there we have it, a happy ending. Zarkazaan has found her proper place in the cosmos, and Nice is defeated because none of those negative claims about video games are real. Video games are great. They're fun. And as players, we are all equal. Game on. I'm Leanna Kersner, encouraging you to go out and defeat whatever final boss you have in your own life. Sometimes kindness is just the right tool to do it. Don't hate the player, just play games. And I think I sense a song cue coming on.
I was so trapped, had no concept that if I took a leap I'd actually be adept. But once I did answer the call, I found that friendship is the greatest game of all.
My so-called life was triggering, but that belief system was secret gaslighting. I now have worth and not just flaws, and that's 'cause friendship is the greatest game of all.
It's been a grand adventure knowing all these lovable oddballs.
Don't be afraid of the character you play.
And that's 'cause friendship is the greatest game of all.
You may feel trapped by what they say, and mere survival means abiding by their ways. They'll knock you down, but when you fall, you'll learn that friendship is the greatest game of all. The greatest game of all.
I found that friendship is the greatest game of all.
It is the greatest game. The greatest game.
The greatest game.
La 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 puppets. Hello, puppets. Hey, hey.